Hey everybody, thanks for taking the time to watch my video. Dive right in for this week's kind of look at teamwork and how it impacts healthcare. Our first question was to evaluate some advantages and disadvantages to teamwork. So, it's easy to go through some advantages because I'm somebody that likes to participate in teams. So, for me and what I've seen, and then also reflecting back on what we've read this week, I think it has the ability to maximize creativity. I think the more individuals you bring to a project or problem or issue or patient for that matter, you can have a more creative mind in approaching how to treat or deal or solve the problem. Another thing it does is it brings inclusiveness. I think everyone wants to feel important. Everyone wants to be a part of a team, and if they know their role is impactful to the issue or their voice is being heard, then they feel included, and that has a trickle down effect in the organization. So I think that's another reason that's an advantage to work in a team. Um, on the tail end of that too, it provides purpose. So I think for individuals working in any organization, they want to make sure that there's purpose to what they're doing. And so including people in team work kind of opportunities allows for that to happen. Some disadvantages often, I think, are related to when teams don't perform well or they don't uh, get the job done the way they're probably needing to get done. It's a disadvantage would be the communication requirements needed to effectively work as a team. There's a lot of different ways to communicate. There's a lot of opportunity for messages to be lost. There's a lot of assumptions that are made. Oftentimes, when we're working on a team, that we assume people know things or that we think they got the message and perhaps they didn't, or we didn't fully give the detail of the message or information that we should have. And sometimes that's a disadvantage. Another disadvantage would be the more folks you bring to the table, the more individuals bring to the table, is sometimes you have conflicting priorities, and those priorities can be challenging to navigate and find some middle ground on. So those would be some advantages and disadvantages. The importance as it relates to healthcare, I think for anyone that's worked in healthcare for a while, would probably relate it back to the amount of individuals it takes to get the job done. So there's a lot of multidisciplinary teams in healthcare, and that is needed in order to effectively and quickly treat patients that need care. So, you know, I'll use my experience as a emergency medical provider. We work a lot with local fire departments, volunteer organizations, sometimes law enforcement, even to navigate patient issues. And those teamwork moments are paramount to the success and treatment of patients that we interact with. And that then leaks into, obviously the emergency departments and when we navigate a patient into their facility and transfer care to them and, assist them with the care of the patients and providing that handoff, it's paramount that teamwork is there so that the patients get what they need and get the help they need. A positive work experience for me as it relates to healthcare is um, when everyone works together from outside agencies. So, as an EMS provider, we often interact with emergency rooms, and when we both get busy, sometimes those moments are very difficult to manage. And an example of that working well for us is, almost daily, we will go to the hospital as a supervisor or a leader, work with the charge nurses to help triage patients, help treat patients, and get them into beds, clean rooms, whatever we need to do to assist them with helping the community get healthcare or emergent healthcare the right way. So that would be a positive one. The last question is whether or not I enjoy working as a team, as a part of a team. And that would be yes, I do enjoy working on a team. I think I'll go back to the advantages that I listed earlier. I think hearing other people's perspectives and involving other people in a problem, it creates an inclusiveness in the organization. It provides some creativity, different perspectives are shared, and oftentimes you only end up solving a problem once or working on a project once instead of multiple times because you didn't leverage those opportunities. Some of the drawbacks, though, I will say is, it can be frustrating when not everyone's pulling their weight, and that can be sometimes frustrating for me. And I find that part of teamwork probably the most discouraging part of it. So, I want teams that want to work together, I want teammates that want to work together to get the job done. Thanks.